hot summer night felt like a net. I've gotta find my baby yet. I need you to soothe my head, turn my blue heart to red. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I got a bad case of loving you. A pretty face don't make no pretty heart. I learned that, buddy, from the start. You think I'm cute, a little bit shy. Mama, I ain't that kind of guy. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I've got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I've got a bad case of loving you. I know you like it. You like it on top. Tell me, mama, are you gonna stop? You had me down 21 to zip. The smile of Judas on your lip. Shake my fist, knock on wood. I've got it bad, I've got it good. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I've got a bad case of loving you.
Ooh, nice job. Little Robert Palmer there. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this show we call Good Morning Nanton Live. There it is right there. And we've got a pretty interesting show here for everybody. We're going to be talking about something today that is coming up in about a month or so. We had Alec, of course, that was on Connecting Claresholm yesterday. And Alec, who's joined us here, was talking about Christmas already. So on the show.
I'm not inventing Christmas. I mean, it is coming. It's not that far away.
Yeah, you're right. It is coming. It is coming. So is it a little too early to be talking about Christmas, though, right now?
Well, in what context? Give me the context.
In the context that there's another event, big thing that's coming up before Christmas. So, I mean, don't we still have to talk about this first?
Thanksgiving is.
Don't we have to talk about Thanksgiving
those
first?
Those are hilarious. No, for sure. I think we just we got on a What is that?
I'm just wondering if
that's funny.
What, like, maybe let's just hold on a second here. Let's see this. So
that's a good one.
What is that one? What is that? What is? Make sense of this one.
Okay. That is really good.
That's good. That's good.
That's
right?
very good. That's a good one.
I just kind of thought, it's just my opinion. I kind of thought that maybe we should be talking about Halloween before we should be talking about Christmas. I mean, isn't right now? I know it's Halloween's still a month and a half away, but isn't right now kind of the time that you start planning your costumes and stuff? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
No? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
And I'm just trying to give you some ideas here.
Yeah. No, these are good.
I'm going to propose one that's coming up here.
I want to know how they do that one. Like, I'm trying to figure out. So that feels like, okay, I see. Okay.
You see that?
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Like this one?
That's really clever.
Okay.
Like, it's simple.
We'll figure out
That's good.
which one our favorite is here, what we should be doing for Halloween. Anybody got any Halloween ideas, costume ideas? Because it's coming up here soon.
I think I'm going to Santa Claus just to get under your skin.
Ooh, I like it.
Multi-use.
I like it.
Yeah, right.
Go Santa Claus.
But those costumes where
Look at
it's
this
hard to tell whose legs are whose, and that's funny. Is there a skateboard or something under? That's clever.
It's got to be one of those. What do they call them?
Oh, a Segway.
This is what we need to do.
That's funny. That is super clever.
I'm backing that up. Hold
That
on.
is really
let's
good.
do that one more time. This is what I think we should be doing. This is
Clever.
what I think we should be doing. So it's after this one here. So I say the good morning.
But it's the way they're all coordinate, like they're all in sync. It's very clever.
Isn't that perfect?
I like that a lot.
Isn't that perfect?
So funny.
That is so good. Oh my goodness,
That's a good
that was my favorite one. Maybe we'll take a look at some more here later on in the show.
Yeah,
So have you guys thought about maybe what you're going to be doing for Halloween? Are you like
Hiding.
No, come on,
Honestly,
Alec.
we're just
Alec,
gonna
you're
hide
supposed to
in
be
our
Alec in the
basement.
park. What are you going to do? Sorry, Vanessa.
sorry.
What were you saying?
We're just gonna hide in the basement.
Basement. Are you
honestly,
opening
it's-
the door? It's going to be like a haunted house.
No.
So you're going to
It's
invite
a problem
people?
having two dogs handing out candy, especially when one of them is a flight risk.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. I see. I see.
Alec, that is a horrible background.
Well, this is look. I'm going
That's a good
as
No.
I'm going as a Saskatchewan Rough Riders fan.
Hey, it's Halloween. It's scary time. So
You can
go
be
as
whatever you
Saskatchewan
want.
You can be whatever you want. So go as Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan.
I like Dave and I are
That's a
just
scary thing.
We're just
That's
attacking
a
right
scary
off the top.
costume.
Isn't it though?
Yeah. What have we
No,
got here?
you know what? You know what I saw a couple of years ago, and we have a little projector now. We bought one from a friend, and I want to try it. It was like a projection on pumpkins, but the pumpkins dance and talk and move. It's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't carve it, but it's a projection, and I think we're
Okay,
gonna try that.
I've got a couple comments here we got to get to. If anybody watching wants to comment, just comment on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you guys are watching it. Of course, Cincinnati is saying hello to us here. So hello, Cincinnati. And I believe we have an announcement that we've got to make here soon for Cincinnati. So I'll let you know, Amanda, when we've got to make that announcement, okay?
Okay.
So it's going to be coming up fairly soon,
Okay.
but not quite yet. And then I've got another comment that came in. Such a great morning, especially after that great win for Edmonton. Okay, so here's the deal. We were pretty busy last night getting ready for all our shows that are happening this weekend. If anybody who's watching knows Shelby Savage, I'm not giving you the location of where her wedding is, but Shelby Savage from Nanton is getting married today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be there celebrating with her. I'm going to be DJing her wedding today. So very honored to be doing that. So congratulations to Shelby Savage. She is, she kind of runs the Boys and Girls Club, like the daycare, right? The day home here. So maybe that gives you an idea. Somebody says, are you seeing this?
Yeah. Tell me
Somebody says, tell me now, Amanda. Okay, we'll tell him in a second. Anyway, so we were really, really busy getting ready for all these shows because we got a ton of shows, not just mine. Amanda's a DJ today. Imagine that. And so Amanda's going to be doing a wedding. We've got 3 other shows that are happening in Calgary. And so it's a very big. So I didn't get to see maybe what this comment is in reference to last night. I have a feeling, I don't know, I didn't get to see it, but I have a feeling I know what they're talking about. It might have something to do with Alec's background. So thanks for revealing that. And I'm going to assume that's Randy who's making that comment as well. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Is it going to cost me money? So you said you'd pay for it, though. Right?
Sure, yeah, of course.
You said you'd pay for it. Okay,
Yeah.
does anybody here know what Amanda's favorite band is? Any
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the
I'm
What is
pretty
it?
sure.
right?
Alex said it. The National.
The National,
Yeah.
is that
The
right?
National.
Yeah.
So they had an announcement. When did this announcement come out, Amanda?
Last night.
Last night. The announcement came out last night. So was was this the video from their concert last night?
In Cincinnati.
Okay, well let's take a look
Oh.
at it.
So we have a new record coming out. It comes out Sunday night at midnight. It's called the name of the record is called Laugh Track, And we have some pre-pressed vinyls here for on your way out. The vinyl doesn't come out till November, but you guys can get vinyl here tonight.
And I'm here.
This is on it, right?
Yeah, this is on. You guys should be more excited. We're really excited about this.
I love psyched.
We could have rehearsed that announcement, but
That's cool. That's tomorrow.
So they've got a new album coming out. I'll let you explain to Dad because he's tuned in. So Cincinnati's here. So what's going on?
Here's the deal, Cincinnati.
Because the
You're
Nationals
in
in Cincinnati.
Yeah, the Nationals in Cincinnati tonight as well for their homecoming because they're from Cincinnati. So I need you to go to the concert and buy me one of those vinyl records and ship it home to me because I cannot not have it.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper than what she was suggesting. This morning she was suggesting getting a quick flight to Cincinnati, going to the concert, getting the record, and jumping on a flight back to Calgary, then to, of course, to Nanton. And so I said, why don't we just pay for Dad? Just pay for Dad to get it. You said forget the wedding. I'm going to Cincinnati. I'm going to go get my record. So he's asking if you're there. No, she's not there. That's why you have to go get it.
No, I need you to go. I need you
have to go get
Rick.
it. So
this seems very reasonable.
She's going to pay for everything. So yeah, you go get it.
It's downtown, your favorite place to go in Cincinnati at night.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that craziness is going to lead into some more craziness here, which is birthdays. We of course need to sing happy birthday, all of us, right, Alec? Now, Alec, you can lip sync. You're allowed to lip sync. However, I think you've got a singing part in a play coming up. So it might not be a bad idea to get some practice in. Yeah.
Why are we talking about the play? We got Halloween coming first.
So
what are you doing? That's not till January.
I don't think the play is Christmas related.
That's next year, Dave. I don't even know. You're jumping the gun.
You need that much time to practice. That's all I'm saying. You need a lot of time to practice. You know that. You and I have talked about this many times.
We have.
So
Dude, those are private conversations about how much practice they need. I'm not sure I was supposed to talk about it out loud.
That's okay.
No,
in this household,
yeah.
In this household, that word is like a swear word.
Practice?
Practice.
Because
for you.
For me. Yeah,
it's just like a game.
Chore.
Practice.
It's like a chore.
Yeah.
No, practice. Okay.
Practice. Oh, hold on a minute. If anyone, can anyone name the reference there? Does anyone know what Dave's referencing? Let's give everyone to the end of the show to figure out what was practice. We're talking about practice.
Practice. We're talking about practice.
Practice, not a game.
Practice, not a game. Not a game. Practice.
Can't get into that.
Anybody know? Nobody knows what that is.
That's fine.
I've got a comment. It's probably from Cincinnati. Oh, he said he's in Niagara Falls.
Oh,
you better not be.
What? What are you doing, dude? What is he doing?
That's good. You're supposed to be home.
As long as he's not in the barrel, we're okay.
Okay. What was the reference, Alec?
What was Alan
reference?
Iverson. He had a press conference where someone said you weren't at practice, and he laid into him.
What are we talking about? It's not a
game. And he went on a long rant saying the same thing.
Practice about, I think they did a funny, like 47 times, something like that. They counted how many times he said practice. Practice.
But the funny thing is, at the end of it, like a week later, there was another like little scrum or whatever, and someone said to him, "Hey, good to see you practice today," and he turned and he went, "Practice," and then everybody laughed. I like that that's still alive. That little meme.
Oh yeah.
For some.
Anyway,
nice to have
birthdays. So speaking of practice, we've been practicing. We got birthdays.
Okay, let's take a look and see what we've got here. So Tamara's having a birthday, and Sandy. We've only got 2 today.
Yeah.
So 2 birthdays, Tamara and Sandy. So nice and easy to remember. So why don't we take a moment to honor these 2 people and their birthdays today? Let's take it away there, Highway 533 band. Good start.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Tamara and Sandy. Happy birthday to you.
Maybe one of our best. Good job. I can see why you got the part there, Alec. So,
Short and sweet.
yeah.
Right?
Okay, so Alec, of course, we do Connecting Claresholm. I want to focus on you just for a second here because you guys have many exciting things always happening in Claresholm. So why don't we give you a chance to kind of talk about it and let's promote what's going on there.
I wish I had Christmas stuff to talk about now. Well,
I
so
know.
we were talking about Christmas kind of in the context of markets that are coming, and also there's another show coming up that auditioning for with such drama called Close for the Holidays. I think that's what got us on the Christmas kick. The auditions are happening next week, a week today, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., I believe, at the Youth Hall in Stavely. You can call 993-4276 to get yourself a spot to audition for that. And we also talked to my wife yesterday. We talked to Annalisa about her brand new relaunched gratitude line happening at the Hive. And hopefully you guys are going to get some in Nanton as well. We talked to Kristen Hall from the Hive, owner of the Hive, about the new and upcoming bistro, which is going to be pretty wicked. They've got a really nice little restaurant happening in the Hive in Nanton. And lastly, something I came across yesterday was My City Care in Claresholm here has a little store now called the Street Store, which is open every Tuesday, and it's free. So if you're looking for some clothing, you just need to grab something. It's all totally free. They're open Tuesdays until about 4 o'clock. Really, really cool initiative. My City Care does a lot around, again, not to reiterate the holidays, but they do a lot around the holidays. We interviewed Chelsea Petrovic last year. Great interview about all of the good things they do. So it's really nice to see they have expanded their service offering to the community as well. So coming up on Monday, there's a election happening in Claresholm. We've got a municipal by-election. So one council spot is up for grabs, and we will, one way or another, we're going to have a new mayor. So make sure you get out and vote, Claresholm.
Yeah, Chelsea has won the MLA seat, so that means that it's vacant now. So need a new mayor there in Claresholm. Who's going to be the sheriff of that town now?
I think someone from the 1800s, by the sounds of it. We actually wanted to have Chelsea on the show because I asked her. I think I can say this. If not, it's too late. But I asked her, like, hey, could you want to come on the show and just talk about we can't talk about politics, but just what is that like? Like, you go from a mayor in a town to now an MLA. Now you're up at the legislature. And yeah, she said it's really cool to be kind of on the inside, and they do have sort of some things, some hoops you got to jump through as a person interviewing. They got to know what you're going to ask. But it was just neat to hear her talk about walking through the ledge and just the history and the importance of those hallways and things. So those are the kind of things we want to talk about with her if we can.
Well, yeah, I hope that we're, now that she's up there, like way up, in the ivory tower, so to speak.
Yep.
I hope that she doesn't forget about us little people here. So I hope she makes time for us too.
If she ever, I don't think she has. No,
Us
I saw her.
Villagers.
I saw her recently, and she's the same person, so it's great.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
no, we always have a good
Awesome.
laugh, so it'd be fun to have her on the show.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. So have you decided yet what you're going to go for as far as Halloween costumes? We got.
I really like. Heimlich guy. That's fun. That's fun.
I heard you say Santa Claus, but I'm not. I think you're just
probably
you're
not
playing with us.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I think I love those inflatable dinosaurs. I kind of want to go as one of those.
Yeah,
that is gross. That's good. What is this? Oh, nice. Chopped cat.
A chopped cat.
Oh dear. Those are clever.
That's too cute.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what you got to go as. That's what you got to go as there.
That's funny. So. Those are good.
Okay, well, keep thinking about it. We'll as we get closer to Halloween, we'll start celebrating that and having some fun with it, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too. All right,
we'll
folks.
see you next week on Connecting Claresholm.
You got it. Bye.
Okay, bye. So, like I said, Connecting Claresholm every Friday from noon to 1. You can check it out on different social media channels that we've got going on here. And, of course, we were singing Happy Birthday today. So, again, happy birthday to our, we had Sandy, and we also had, we'll just bring them back up here. So, Tamara and Sandy right there. And when we sing Happy Birthday, we have to remind everybody that, of course, the Wagon Wheel Pub, our Nanton's good time, feel good place, is where you can come for some karaoke. And I've got the proper date in there. It's going to be coming up this Tuesday. You guys, remember, this Tuesday, September 19th, we're doing some karaoke fun at the Nanton Wagon Wheel Pub. So that is what's going to be happening on Tuesday. And Amanda, you're in a strange place there, so we're going to get to that in a second because that doesn't look like the studio. But I do want to talk about, before we go on to what you're doing there, I want to talk a little bit about some of the new opportunities in Nanton here to promote things, because we always constantly talk about the radio station. We always talk about, of course, our directory. So we got the mini directory here, which is coming to the end of 2023. So 2023 is coming to an end. We're going to have to start looking at getting the 2024 edition ready to go. But we always talk about, like I said, top of the hour news and events on the radio station, euroradio.ca, local music. And we make sure that everybody remembers that there's lots of places you can go to get information. So if you're these people here, I wish I had known about that event. And, of course, in response, but where can we go to find out what's happening around Nanton? Well, you can go to the website calendar, which we're going to look at here shortly. You can go to our radio station, euroradio.ca, and find out what's going on at the top of the hour. The top of the hour is really exciting because we also play local music. So local musicians have their music playing at the top of the hour on the radio station. Live announcements. This show right here, Good Morning Nanton Live as well. So this is where you can get some information, too, and what's going on. And check this out. What is this all about? Well, look what we got here. Got a new sign erected here. A little digital board. And it's right beside the post office. Yeah. So now we'll have
it's up.
Another place where we'll be informed of what's going on in our town. There you go.
Yeah,
See?
well, I'm excited to see what that's going to look like.
It doesn't look like they've just had it erected, so it doesn't look like it actually has anything programmed into it yet, other than the Welcome to Nanton. So I'm excited to find out, what it's going to look like when it starts rotating information and how it's going to rotate it. And I don't think it's an interactive board. I don't think you can go up and push buttons. But I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, that'd be fun, like at the mall where you can see where you want to go.
Yeah, well, what's going on in Nanton? Push the button and see what's happening. Yeah. But I don't know yet, so we'll find out when they get it programmed, and there's more places that you can find out what's going on in Nanton. So now let's also discuss what's going on at the library, because there's a lot of books behind you, so I think it's pretty obvious that you're at the library. Yeah. So tell us, kind of fill us in on what's happening over there.
Well, we have something very special that's happening at the library right now, and it's hard to see because of the light reflecting. But we have an artist in residence, and Maggi McIvor has brought all her gorgeous work, and it includes some stained glass. There's some alcohol ink and watercolors that she's got here. Some for sale, some for display. All of it beautiful. So it's here until the end of October. Possibly longer, depending on kind of how much is left by that time. So we're really excited. And we have Maggi here to talk to us as well. So I'm going to kind of wander around and show people where...
I don't know if Maggi knows how to unmute herself, but we do need to get her unmuted. So do you want to help her, or
sure, I can help her.
Okay. So help Maggi.
You can't unmute her from there?
I don't
walk with me, people.
I don't know I cannot unmute her from here.
There, she's coming in the room.
So,
here we go. Let's see.
And she's unmuted. There we go. Now we have her. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of taking a look at what you've got there. And Maggi, we're going to chat with you about what you do, how you kind of got involved with the library and doing this, a little bit of history on you as well. So why don't we start with that? It's always good to start at the beginning of the story. So why don't you give us a little bit of history and how you came about, doing what you're doing here?
Well, I am a local Nanton resident. I grew up on a farm outside of town and had most of my career in Calgary, but I have been painting for over 30 years, as it turns out, and doing some stained glass. Gloria McGowan has been collecting my work over the years, and now that she's the librarian here, she very kindly invited me to put on a show. So that's what I'm doing.
So how many generations do you have in Nanton? So you said you grew up in Nanton,
That's correct.
Are you first generation, or how many generations?
No, I would probably be four by now, four generations. Both of my grandparents were homesteaders in this community.
Okay, because we hear that in Nanton, unless you've got at least two generations, you're new to Nanton.
Oh, no, I've got roots, deep roots.
You've got roots. You've got deep roots in Nanton. Okay.
Thanks,
well,
yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. So congratulations on what you're doing here. You said you've been doing it for 30 years. Is the rest of the family into this? Did they get you into this, or what?
It's kind of like that. A lot of my family members are either artists or musicians. My family name is Laree, so you'll know a lot of musicians around town.
We do know.
They often are also visual artists as well. So I don't know, back when I started painting, I thought, well, gosh, I hope I have some genetics to do this. So I just jumped in. I was never one of those kids that sketched or doodled as a kid. So I just jumped in and hoped I could become an artist.
That's really cool. And so this is your work here.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to ask you a question. I don't know if you'll have the answer to this. I'm kind of putting you on the spot a little bit, but do you have any idea how many pieces you've actually produced or created throughout your life?
It would be well over thousands.
Thousands.
Yes, I'm quite prolific. I keep going. I've always got one or two or three projects on the go. And I have shown and sold my work earlier in Calgary. And there are literally hundreds of my pieces in private collections. One is downtown in the Telus building. And I used to show at the Hyatt building during Stampede.
I don't know why. It just kind of gave me shivers when you said thousands.
I know,
it's amazement of, even in 30 years to say you've done thousands of pieces. That is absolutely incredible.
It's hard to explain. I mean, even here in this show, I have a couple hundred pieces probably.
Wow. That is amazing. Okay, so Amanda's kind of scooping around here. So maybe tell us a little bit about some of these pieces that she's looking at right now.
Right.
And kind of what the inspiration is for all the stuff that you guys do.
Well, this display that Amanda's showing is a magazine rack that Gloria has kindly let me use for my work. These are watercolors, and my husband Tim is my matter and framer, and he's put them into mats ready for frames. And they're often local scenery. We love to do country drives. I've always been really captivated by our skies here. And as you see some of my other work, you'll see I'm also kind of obsessed with trees.
So trees, nature, obviously nature and trees, that's a lot of your subjects. And your inspiration, nature and getting outdoors. And and now Amanda is doing a new camera shot of you. Oh, is there more stuff in here?
Yes, there's a side room that has been designed for display. There's some wire hangers on the walls, really good lighting. And I've filled this room with my framed work and then a few boxes that has matted work.
Wow.
There's also some original art greeting cards. So there's quite a price range of items that people could enjoy looking through and maybe choosing as gifts with Christmas coming up.
So the stained glass up in the window there, obviously that looks really good when you got the light shining through it. So probably the reason why you use the window as a backdrop.
Right. It was really fun to see these windows. Glass, is best when the light is shining through it. So I really kind of went crazy and put quite a few pieces on display.
So would you say, Maggie, that this is kind of a hobby type of thing? It just amazes me. You've got thousands of these, that you've done, these different pieces. But was this your career? Did you make this the career, or was this kind of still a side hobby?
Oh, this has only ever been a side hobby. I used to work full time, and I would paint as my de-stressing tool in the evenings. And I think in life, I like to do things quickly. And so I would, produce a painting a night. And before you know it, you've got a body of work to show. I also have ideas rolling around in my head all the time. So I've got to get them into develop them into a design and make it happen. Like these glass pieces.
Yeah.
A friend gave me these lovely nuggets of glass from the beach, and I thought, I'm going to make some pieces that are that look like they've come from the ocean, and so that turquoise and green coloring is really fun to work with.
Oh,
this piece you're showing right there is an old window that another friend gave me, and so she actually gave me two, and I made them up, painted the frames, and made them look kind of fun to have in your house or out in your garden.
Huh. Wow. Yeah. So another thing that amazes me is you've got so many pieces of work that you didn't. That this was just a hobby thing after your full-time job. You're coming home and then creating thousands of pieces of art.
Yes, I know. It's a crazy thing.
I can't believe you had the time for that. That is amazing.
Yeah, but it's very satisfying. I'm always surprised by what I produce too. You don't always know how it's going to turn out, and they don't all work out either. But that's
true.
And this chance to show my work, I knew I needed to show them. They've been living in boxes, and that kind of has stifled me, and I felt guilty creating new work. So thank you very much to the Thelma family, Fanning Library, for inviting me to put on this show.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. So, you said you kind of felt guilty that you had all these pieces that were sitting there and nobody's able to really enjoy them other than yourself. But it's art's there to share. Art's there for other people to be able to enjoy. So, and we obviously, I would classify myself, because my wife and we run an entertainment company. I've always been in music. You've got, the Lurie family, it's in music. You're in this type of art here. The arts is, I think, so important. I'm such an advocate for the arts. And would support anybody who gets into the arts. I think mentally and emotionally, this is a stabilizer. You used it. You said you used it after work to help you, right?
Yes.
So what people have to understand, in my opinion, parents of kids need to understand how powerful art is, whatever medium it is that they want to get into, whether it's music or making videos or, doing pieces like this, stained glass, or painting or drawing or whatever it is.
Yes.
It's so really healthy. True. It's so healthy. So
and people think they can't do it, but you really can. And the alcohol ink that I'm showing may not be for everyone because it's quite abstract. And yet, while you're working with it, you get absorbed into it and you lose track of time, and in the end you end up with something that's very satisfying.
And I think that's an indicator, I'm the same way. I get working on something that I'm passionate about and I lose track of time. I think that's an indicator that you're passionate about what you're doing.
That's right.
Is when that time just flies by and you go, really? I've been working on this for like 4 hours. It only feels like I've just started it. So
no supper.
no supper. That's right. Going without meals. So, okay. I got to ask you this. I know thousands of pieces you were talking about. Do you actually have some that stand out as being your favorite? Are there any that we're seeing here that you'd say, these are my favorite pieces, and tell us why?
Oh, well, there's one over in the corner here that's a framed piece.
Let's have Amanda come in there. So Amanda, head into the office because we're going to get a nice close-up of that. So bring the computer back to you so we can, there you go. And then Amanda's going to come into the office and we will check this piece out. So just show her. She's just flipping the camera around, trying. Okay. I love technology. Are you getting it? Amanda's okay. There we go. We flipped it around.
This is one of my more recent paintings that was inspired by a country drive out to Chain Lakes. My husband and I took off one Sunday morning, and there's some gorgeous aspen groves there if you go around that back camping area. And it just inspired me to get back into painting trees. My husband really likes this one, so I am afraid this one's not for sale. It's his gift.
Right.
Trees. There's so many, and over on this wall, Amanda, there's just the skies of our country are just so, this could be anybody's field out west, but just things like that excite me. Out front with some of the glass, there's a piece that I was inspired to do during the 2010 Winter Olympics. It has all the colors and swirls that they used for their logos during that competition. There's a few of the glass pieces out there that I actually designed while I was going through some health issues too. So, no one else will know it, but they were something that helped me through that time as well. Yeah,
this art is so much deeper than just, painting on a canvas, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stories behind a lot of these pieces. And I think that would be an interesting thing, is taking pieces of art. And you said that some of these helped you through some, moments in your life when you had some maybe health complications. Those are the stories behind these pieces that I think are not told enough. You see the pieces, but sometimes the stories are just as or more interesting, and it makes the piece of art even more interesting when you hear what the actual story is behind that piece of art.
That's right. Those pieces that Amanda is showing are painted with palette knife and watercolor ink, pigment. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try it now. Now you've kind of touched on something here. I'm gonna try to be a funny guy. Okay. Sure. And I'm gonna ask you how much of an influence was Bob Ross to you?
Oh, happy trees. Yeah, for sure. I guess he must have been an influence, because I sure like to paint trees. Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of Bob Ross?
Oh, for sure. We loved him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could watch him every day.
Oh, that's funny. I've got a comment that came in. So this is from Randy. Said, actually, this one's from Randy saying very nice display.
Oh, thank you.
And another comment that came in saying very nice pieces.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, those are absolutely wonderful.
Well, I really appreciate this. Come on down and see. It might take you a little while to look through things, but I'd love to meet you. Or I've got a guest book. If you come into this room here, you could sign and leave me a little cheery note. And if there's something that catches your eye and you really want to take it home, I'd be thrilled.
Okay, so we've got the information here. I'm just going to read this out. Maggie has been creating art for over 30 years, primarily watercolor, alcohol ink, and stained glass. She has a large body of original pieces to show and sell. Nanton Thelma Fanning Library is pleased to host an exhibit of Maggie's stunning work, which we've just seen, showing until the end of October, Tuesday to Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 11 to 4. Now, you are not, I can't imagine you're going to be sitting in that room for the entire duration of this exhibit. So you're there today, and are there any other days that you're going to be coming down to visit and people can come and meet you?
Yes, Gloria is planning to have a Meet the Artist event, and I think she's choosing October 14th. That's a Saturday. Okay. And their hours on Saturday are from 11 to 4.
Okay. So 11 to 4 on October 14th, and we'll promote that. We'll make sure that's on the radio station. We'll make sure that we talk about it on here. And Amanda, what are you doing?
That book was written by my great aunt, Georgina Thompson, who was also the first librarian with the city of Calgary back in the day.
Really? Well,
she grew up on the prairie.
So I think this might segue very nicely then. Is that, Amanda, do you think segue very nicely into maybe some of the classic Nanton news? Meg, you got to stick around and kind of check this out. So the classic Nanton breaking news, we do this every week on the show. We bring up classic stories, and really they go back to like 1903 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
1903. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Nanton classic news. And how you find your pieces and what the library is offering.
So, yeah, the library is where we get the news from. So when you go onto the Chinook Art website with your membership, so you do have to have a membership to the library, which is very affordable, $20 a year. You can go on to the Southern Alberta Resources. Now, I said I was going to have that ready to go, and I don't. So instead, I'll just tell you
that's what happens when you volunteer.
Search the Nanton News for news and history, but you can also come down to the library and find super amazing books like this about our history in Nanton. There's a whole section actually in the library about sort of our regional history.
and books that you can kind of have a look and see. So if you're curious and you haven't been to the library, or you just have nothing to do, you should come on down. Today, if you're lucky enough to have gotten a seat at the chocolate tasting, you will be here at 4:00, and they're just kind of getting everything ready to go for that. But yeah, there's a whole area. I believe it's over here that people can look up a lot about Nanton history and facts. So if you're not on the website and not listening to our Nanton breaking news each week, you can come into the library and do some research on your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would suggest that people don't just come in when they've got nothing else to do. I think they should make it a priority. I think it should be first priority, that push everything else to the side. First priority, come into the library and start researching the history of Nanton. So, so Maggie, I've got a question for you. Yes. Can you see up on the screen in the bottom, would it be on the bottom left-hand corner for you? There's somebody had just commented saying, my mom's work is amazing, and there's a name above that. Now, do you recognize that name?
Oh, for sure. Oh, that's my beautiful daughter, Keela. She's one of the cooks out at the golf course. You probably, if you go there, you'd be enjoying her tasty food. Yeah, I'm just pleased that she's here today with us. Yeah.
There you go.
And she's creative too. She, as a little girl, understood the color wheel right off the bat. In fact, she taught me how to make sense of that. So I thank her for that too.
So a little bit of love then from the daughter on the show today. Always love that too.
And we'll say that we think that Keela's work is amazing because we love going to the golf course.
I was actually going to bring that up. I was going to bring that up and say, we love the food at the golf course. So if you have anything to do with that, then thank you.
She's pretty terrific, yeah.
Do you want to? Oh, hold on a second here. So, somebody, I'm not sure who it is. It's just a Facebook user. I think I've eaten that food. I think we all need to eat that food. Okay, Maggie, I'm going to have you stick with us just for a few more minutes. I won't keep you too much longer. We're just going to go through some of the Nanton events that are coming up, just to remind everybody that this is where you can go. It's euroradio.ca. This is the website for the radio station. So if you go to euroradio.ca, then you'll bring this up. And if you scroll down, and now can you guys see I'm scrolling down here? You guys can see that? Then on the left side, there's an events calendar. So if we look at the events calendar, we'll see things like the farmers market. And if you want to, let's say you see like the Halifax event, or you see, the chocolate tasting. Okay, so the chocolate tasting that's happening, we just talked about that. If this is something you're interested in and you want to make sure you don't forget about it, then you just click on it and it brings this up, and then you can click to add to calendar. So you can show more information about it, and then you can go down here and you can add to the calendar by clicking that link right there, and then it will remind you that this event is coming up.
If you go all the way to the bottom, Dave, you can also send information in an email to a friend, because you want your friend to go and enjoy that chocolate tasting with you. So so invite via email, or you can copy the link and send it to somebody as well. So you can pass this around and make sure that everybody knows what's going on, and you will never forget about an event that you don't want to miss that's happening in Nanton. So let's take a look at the calendar here, and we'll find out from let's see, the September events. So we've got that Halifax event that's happening today at the Bomber Command Museum. Of course, you guys are watching Good Morning Nanton live right now. The chocolate tasting that's happening. We've got our show New at Noon coming up on Monday on the radio station, euroradio.ca. We also have cardio kickboxing that's coming up. That's on the 18th of September from 6 to 7. So again, you just click on that and that will give you some more information. 19th, we got karaoke happening. On the 20th, Nanton Group meditation class. And then we've got Mosquito Creek Music Open Mic Night that's happening on the 20th as well. And Nanton Pickleball. I need to get somebody on here to talk about that pickleball. I'm going to get some video of that. That looks like a lot of fun. The Jody Seeley Show. So Jody Seeley has joined the radio station. She's on Thursday from 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon. And then we've got Story Hour with Elaine at the Thelma Fanning Library. That's on the 21st, and the 21st Adult Coloring Group also happening. The 21st is a busy day, hey? We got Zumba fitness classes. On the 22nd, Coffee Hour at the Cozy Corner.
Also, Terry Fox Run on the 22nd, a Welcome Back Barbecue. That's going to be happening at JT Foster. And then that Saturday, the 23rd, the Farmers Market, Good Morning Nanton Live. And the 24th, registration night and skate-a-thon for the Nanton Skate Club. And then at the Elevators, Gunning and Cormier at the Elevator. So that's going to be happening on the 24th, 6:30 to 9. I can't believe how much is happening. We've only gone like 1 week in September here.
I know.
So new at noon, cardio kickboxing happening again. And then we've got the digital literacy workshop for seniors. So that's happening on the 26th. They've got a radio commercial on the station, so you can hear that. And you can register. It's basically a 4-part series. Now, let's go inside this and see if we can... Let's see, is there any more information in here that we can look at? So it's a 4-part series. There we go. 4 workshops for seniors. The first one is going to be talking about fraud prevention, so Nanton RCMP presentation, and then an overview on email, social media, video calls, online entertainment. So this is to help with your digital literacy and make sure that seniors are all basically knowledgeable of what's going on as far as online activity. And let's go down here and continue on with, let's see, pickleball, Jody Seeley. So that's pretty much all that's happening in September here. So there's quite a bit of stuff going on. So make sure you get on there. Oh, the 30th, NAP's 5-year anniversary. So, and then we've got Murder at the Cafe Resistance. So that's a murder mystery that's going to be happening at the Bomber Museum. So, like I said, lots of stuff happening here. It's all on the website, euroradio.ca. Get on there and you can check it all out. Well, that was a lot, actually. Maggie, was that surprising how much stuff there's going on?
It really was.
Between now and the end of September? Oh, my goodness.
It's a good little town.
It is a good little town. It's really a bustling little town. So, and more stuff is going to come up. I know we've got some stuff in the works and planned. So, yeah, it's going to be very busy over the next little while. And then Halloween, then Christmas, and then, oh my goodness. Anyway, Maggie, thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you inviting me on your show. And thanks again to the library for inviting me to put my work up.
No problem. And Kurt Seeley wants me to repeat all that. So
go to the website, Kurt.
Go to the website, Kurt. Go to the website. Okay, have a great day,
all
Maggie,
right,
and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks. You. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, wow. That was a lot of stuff, hey?
That's a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff happening. Okay, well, we are going to thank, of course, our sponsor as well. So G&JD Construction, want to thank you for helping us out with our show. They are a family-owned and operated company and been providing general contracting services for over 43 years. They cater the construction needs of residential and commercial clients in Nanton, Claresholm, High River, Southern Alberta, and surrounding areas. They specialize in renovations, commercial builds, and concrete delivery and installations. The company has been run by the family for 3 generations, and they're proud to be a part of the local commercial and residential community in Nanton, serving Southern Alberta. Okay. Well, I think that probably wraps things up.
I think so.
So good job. So we are going to bring in our Highway 533 band, who's going to help us kind of take this show out. So did you guys catch all that stuff on the calendar?
Yep.
Yeah. Can we repeat it to you?
Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember
Got it, though.
I'll look at the calendar.
Look at the calendar. You can see all the stuff going on. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to our guest, Maggie. And make sure you get down to the library to check out her art installation there. And have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week on Good Morning Nanton Live.
I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been pushed down, I've been pushed round. When will I be loved? When I find a new man that I want for mine, he always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. finally find a new man that I want for mine. He always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? When will I be loved? Tell me, when will I be loved?
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.